Hey everyone, welcome back to the Poplar Report. We got a lot of reports coming out from you guys, updates. If you guys have updates that you want to share with us, you can email them directly to me at poplarpreparedness@gmail.com, or you can pop them down in the comments of any video, use the word update somewhere in there, and give some sort of geographical location. Before we jump into that, I want to point out what someone did point out here, that Brenda was pointing out that we have crickets already in Canadian food. So even though we were reporting that that was going down in Europe, that had just been approved, crickets, ground up crickets added to food was already happening in Canada. So if you have shellfish allergies or allergies that could be triggered by eating crickets, you might want to be aware of that as well. Start watching those labels on your products. If you just are morally against eating crickets, or if you're religiously against eating crickets, you might want to be checking those labels a little more closely as well, as we get more and more bugs added to our food. I know some with religious convictions about some of those things will have a harder time, as well as those with allergies. Let's jump into your reports. John 3:16 said, in New England, the price of a regular package of Poland spring water is now $6.69. Not too long ago, you used to be able to get 3 packages for $10. That's up a lot, right? Debbie in Birmingham, UK, yesterday virtually no eggs. Eggs low inventory for 2 full weeks. Prices still affordable. Carton of 15 small eggs is £1.70, and I believe that the pound is still about parity to the US dollar, so that actually is quite nice. We're going to have to come visit you in Birmingham, UK. Edifying Gravity says, here in North Florida, baking powder is impossible to find. Between myself and family and friends, we've checked every store within an hour's drive, including very rural Dollar Generals, and it's not available. I haven't heard of that being an issue, but I haven't been checking myself. I will check that, but anyone else out there having trouble getting baking powder, let us know in the comments. Aradia says, Australia's inflation rate hit 7.8% in the last quarter in 2022. Those are government numbers too. The highest in 32 years. The last time we hit this level in Australia, we experienced a recession in 1990. I should let you know what kind of situation we're in right now. Linda says, I got 2 of those canned hams at Aldi. They're almost $1 higher at Walmart. We have plenty of chicken, still no eggs. At Aldi's, bread is still low. So about a year ago, I was really stacking up those canned hams because they're actually quite tasty. They're not like Spam. They taste like ham, but they're in a can, and you can bake them, and they taste just like a ham. The texture's a little off from getting fresh ham, frozen ham, or whatever, and baking it yourself. But those canned hams are actually really useful for stacking. Still no eggs. Crazy. I'm just gonna spell this out. Put some letters in here. Ashlyn, I'm going to say it is. It's missing a couple letters, but that's what it kind of looks like. Ashlyn 1217 says, Arizona. We have maybe 2 kinds of generic Walmart pastas to choose from. The rest are name brands. Ground chicken has been really difficult to find, mostly impossible, and chicken breasts are expensive. Cannot find TRI tip steaks anywhere. Idahoan instant potatoes. The small bags went from $1 at the end of 2021 to $1.44 today. But you know, there's only like 4% inflation according to the government. So, Brian, EpiPens or automatic injections of epinephrine have been and are currently in a shortage. Who can imagine that there'd be a shortage with governments ordering them to stick, all that stuff into people's food that could cause an allergic reaction? Doctors are currently extending the expiration dates by at least a year. So if you have EpiPens that are expiring, you want to keep a hold of those. Apparently, they're saying that you should keep a hold of them. Michael, and this is in the UK, we've just been informed we are no longer allowed to sell eggs at the farm gate or give them away. This just continues to be this war against backyard poultry. We keep getting told that the animals are dirty and dangerous. If you are familiar with Ice Age Farmer, who has mysteriously disappeared, we know that there's this war against people being self-sufficient, people against having gardens. The government is against you having eggs coming from your backyard because it's dangerous. You shouldn't be able to do that. And you certainly shouldn't be giving them out to people when they should be buying from the corporate food processing plants. Friends, crazy days. Renee, Washington State, no eggs at Costco, and fresh chicken was $38 for a pack of 8. Sarah, Lower South Island of New Zealand, warnings of CO2 shortages here. I know. With all the CO2 going up in the atmosphere, you think there wouldn't be a shortage of CO2. But yet, for going into foods, drinks, and all that kind of stuff. Warnings of CO2 shortages here and limits on some sausages and some brands not available. Crackers and biscuits, which are the United States cookies, right? Definite gaps. Limits on toilet paper and paper tissues with gaps there too. Eggs are very short because now caging hens is illegal. So you can't have the big factories with caged hens. A good thing, but there is a demand on the free range, so it's limited supply. Cold and flu medications, definite gaps. Prices continue to skyrocket here, and I'm thinking rice noodles and coffee will be seeing bigger gaps soon. Yeah, I don't know about the banning of chickens in cages. I don't know how I feel about that. On one hand, I'm generally kind of if it's an efficient way to produce food, I'm kind of against banning it, but at the same time, when you see, and if you've watched any of the videos or anything like that, or learned about how a lot of these farms really produce these eggs, it is terrible for the chickens, and it's got to be terrible for people buying those eggs too. So if only we could find a more efficient way of producing humanely eggs. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if government edict is the best way to go, but maybe in this case it's where we need to go with that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should we ban these farms where they jam 100,000 chickens in cages and make them live their lives out in those cages, just laying eggs? That doesn't seem very humane to me, but I know you probably don't like it either, but is that the way they should do it? Just ban it at the government level. Salty Prepper in Alaska says, it's not just Tractor Supply. My hens barely laid this summer on the layer feed I got from Walmart. Noticed it, but didn't think too much of it until now. I am pretty sure my birds have been sterilized, not an egg, in months. Friends, chickens need a whole bunch of vitamins in order to lay eggs. So if your feed is not giving those vitamins, there are ways to add in those vitamins. And so might want to check that. I haven't heard other people having problems with the Walmart brand chicken feed. If anyone else here is having problems with Walmart chicken feed with their chickens, please let us know about that too. We will get that out to everybody else if that is the case. Just use the word update in a comment, or you can email it directly to me at poplarpreparedness@gmail.com. Sarah says, no eggs at my work and very low still on baby formula and baby food and low on cold medicine. There is a lot of chicken, but it is very expensive. That's what we're seeing in a lot of places, right? Sensei J says, Warehouse Club prices increased on 25-pound bags of rice from $10.78 2 weeks ago. Yesterday, the price was up $2 whole up to $12.78, 18.5% increase. Rice prices are going up. I did a video about that just a couple days ago. Thailand, we're seeing prices jumping for rice, and they're a major exporter. We're probably going to see rice price increases significantly in the near future. Sandy says corn syrup in southern Indiana has been gone from everywhere since Christmas and before. And when Indiana runs out of corn syrup, you know there are problems. That is crazy. if you need that for recipes and stuff like that. I haven't heard about corn syrup being out, but then again, I don't even know where to find that in my grocery store. So is anyone else seeing corn syrup being out as well? Let us know. And in Northeast Ohio, a dozen eggs, $4.79. Purina dry cat food shelves almost empty. Progresso soups on special, 2 for $4. 18 months ago, those soups were on sale for $1 a can. We got a lot of price increases out there. We got a lot of shortages out there. Please let us know what you guys are seeing out there. Once again, you can email at poplarpreparedness@gmail.com or pop them down in the comments down below with the word update and a geographical location attached to that. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video useful or helpful, you want to check out another video, there's one right here. Please make sure you are subscribed and you haven't been unsubscribed as well. I will see you later. Steve Poplar out.